Another tight game against the Blues, Q. How did the night differ from the other one?
Yeah, I felt we played, a lot harder, a lot tighter, kept it more simple. There's still, going through a stretch right now, there's still a lot of things that we can do better. Darce kept us in the game for a while there, but, just how hockey goes, there's lots of up and downs throughout the whole season, so we just got to figure that out.
Especially in this building, how crucial has Darcy been, maybe a stretch where you guys don't have your best? How comfortable is the group in relying on him in those moments?
Yeah, there's a ton of saves out there today. I feel like their D were coming down a lot on us and, getting good opportunities, and, he stood tall there. We gave up a decent amount of odd man rushes too. He made huge saves, so, he's been keeping us in all year, so we just got to do a little better for him up front.
You mentioned a while ago about how much confidence you got from scoring that goal in New York, beating a goalie cleanly like that. Followed that up with a lot of goals in succession and maybe dried up a little bit. You scored another one like that tonight. I mean, what is the key for you to get more consistent with scoring those kind of goals?
Yeah, hit the net. I think, it was a good shot, but, sometimes, just try to be a little too fine with it. And, there was just simple, good screen by Laugh, just trying to hit the net there, and it worked, so that's all I got to do.
You played with a lot of different guys this year. The current group that you're with right now, who's driving the communication on that line? Is Laugh looking to you to drive? Is Kevin, as the veteran, doing more of the communication?
I think we all, can kind of do our own thing out there. Laugh, he beats a lot of guys wide. He makes a lot of plays where his side goes to the net. Like, he does all the things. Kev, does a lot of pull-ups. Makes a lot of, unreal plays that not many guys can do. I just try to fit in with those guys, and I think there's a lot of chemistry there, and there's a stretch of time where everything was clicking. Now, a lot of teams are making a push for playoffs, and it's getting a little tight check.
Are you able to keep up with those creative moves that Kev is, or do you feel comfortable keeping up with those moves that Kev does, like you said, that not a lot of guys can pull off?
Yeah, you got to expect it from him. Time to time, obviously there's some plays that don't work out, but there's a lot of plays where it's like there's a very limited amount of guys that can make those. So, very confident in what he does out there, and just try to get open for him.
Is your team right now lacking a little confidence, or do you see more maybe sense of frustration?
I think a little bit of both. I feel like a lot of guys are been held off the score sheet a bit, but when that happens, frustration builds up. A lot of bounces aren't going your way necessarily, so it's a little bit of both. And as I said, it's a long season. That happens in hockey. A lot of good teams go through it, so it's just a stretch for us right now.
At the time of the next game, the deadline will be behind you. Do you think that's something that maybe plays on guys' minds at this time of year?
It's a good question. I think, I don't think so. I think everybody's comfortable, with their, position on the team, where they are, with their games. So I don't think that really weighs in on much guys in this room. We know we got in here. We're all excited to play with each other and be in LA Kings. So I don't think that really affects it.
You guys created a number of odd man situations off the rush. Wondering if you might like to see, I don't know if being a little more selfish is the right word, but maybe a little more of a shooting mentality in a couple of those moments.
Yeah, there's a lot of chances out there where guys pull the trigger a little bit more. Even on that 2-on-1 or 3-on-2 on the second with me and Kev and Laugh, it was just bad passing. That's something in practice we always execute. We score a bunch of that. It's just one of those things. Pucks bouncing, bobbling around. It just wasn't clean, so we just got to clean it up.
Do you ever look at the situation going on with Brant Clark being in and out of the lineup, still working to find his way as a young player? Though, do you ever look over and go, hey, yeah, I feel you. I have some empathy for that because of what you went through earlier in your career.
Yeah, it's not each other. All the guys are great players. Everybody's meant to be here. It's a tough league to break into, and he's a great player and he's going to have a great career. And it's it's one of those things you got to learn early on, and not necessarily his fault either. It's just got a lot of guys on the team that can play, and it's just a hard situation for him.
Have you shared some of that with him, peer to peer?
Yeah, we talk, but I think more so just coming from Dewey as a veteran. Necessarily Dewey hasn't been through that, but he can kind of take him under his wing and kind of bring him up there.
We've seen your ice time and trust from the coaches in overtime situations really grow this year. And tonight it seemed like the ice and chances were really tilting in your guys' favor with you out there. Yeah. How comfortable are you in those situations, and does that 3-on-3 with all the space kind of complement your game really well?
I think so. Especially playing with Juice as well. He does everything. Probably one of the fastest guys in the league also. So I would say early on, I was scared to be out there in my career, but now, it's a lot of fun being out there with all that ice, time, just being able to make moves out there. And, there's one out there that I definitely want back, but yeah, no, I'm comfortable with it.
Is that a thing where Jim talks to you and tells you, hey, you have that confidence now, or is it just kind of he starts giving you that ice time and you know that you have that?
Yeah, I think it just grows. I think it just started this year where I was, starting overtime and, getting that opportunity. Same with PK as well. Like, just kind of just built over time. You don't get that right when you come up. It's just something that you kind of earn over time, and just kind of came to